All right. Let's do this today. Welcome, everybody. Today is our final day for Trading for Charity. My name is Patrick France, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all. Today will be our final day. We're doing some live trading here. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this fundraiser that we're doing here, where we're teaching people how to trade in the market, how to especially scalp trades during these current market environments, but also helping bring awareness and helping raise money for Levine Children's Hospital. So today is our final push. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you guys can hear me out there, let me see some VV Nations in the chat. Let's get that going. And while we're seeing that, let's go ahead and see what's going on in the market and dive right into it here today and see if we can find some trades to finish off strong here. So right now, the VectorVest composite is basically flat. Dow is down about 0.25%. S&P is down about 0.5%. NASDAQ down about 0.75%. Russell being the one green spot here today, up a little over 0.1% so far. All right, so that has us one tick into the green. So therefore, the color guard is mildly bullish, and VectorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. Now, without further ado, just going to go ahead, jump right into trading here today. So, as we can see, markets are rallying sharply after that initial weakness we saw from the jobs report data. And we can see the DTI bullish indicator clearly leading the pack, up 1.4%, or up at 1.4. So, therefore, that tells us today is the day we're going to be placing some trades to the upside, taking advantage of it here. So, let's go ahead and find those trades. So jumping into one of our favorite searches here, under the searches, price volume, taking a look at the daily boomers for the upside. And then we'll go ahead and graph these. Let me get my layout set up here first and foremost. There we go. All right, so SHPH looking like it's possibly getting ready for a reversal. Big selling pressure here. Not really seeing that renewed strength afterwards. So moving on to the next. AVXL, great run earlier, starting to sell off now. Tops steadily moving lower right now, consistently hitting lower highs, lower lows. RMED looks interesting. We can add that to our list here. SPB just moving sideways right now. XPEV looks interesting right now. Maybe starting to see some renewed interest coming in. GDS possibly. Volume's kind of dying off there a little bit. BILI. Maybe, probably not though. Seems like it's running into some resistance and struggling at this point. BZUN just moving sideways. UXIN could be interesting. All right. UXIN. XPEV and RMED. Let's go ahead and get those in here. Hey, Energy, hopefully you're doing well. All right, so getting our trade set up. XPEV seeing some renewed interest all of a sudden. Actually, let's zoom out. We'll use the zoom in feature instead. We can break above that high. Could be an interesting opportunity here. Selling pressure could be noted on that high candle there. UXIN, not a whole lot of volume, but you saw it ripping earlier just a few minutes ago. So we'll keep an eye on that one, see how it develops. RMED, consistent, steady uptrend, starting to pull back a little bit right now. VMAR, just not enough volume right now, Energy. I know where you're going with it, but just not enough volume behind the move right now. All right. Also, while we're here, now we've got some people in here. Don't forget, as always, smash that like button if you're new here. All of that helps us out, continues to grow the awesome VV Nation community. And if you want to donate, you can use the exclamation tips to get the link, or down in the description, you have 2 links for you to choose from. One of it donates directly to us. That'll be used to going towards, picking up toys, gifts, clothing, all of that they need throughout this holiday season. So make sure to check that out. Or the other way you can do that is by going to the second link, or the other way you can donate is going to the second link, and you can donate directly to the fundraiser page, which goes to their general fund there. So I see somebody in the background posting those out. So appreciate whoever that is. But there you go. That should be the link that you're looking for. As you guys can see above me, we are about $300 shy roughly of our 3rd milestone, where we have Glenn come and sing during a stream live while we're on stream. So maybe during AMA next week, if we reach that goal. So that will be the next opportunity there. And then the 4th fundraiser, or the 4th goal would be the $2,000 goal. And that is where we give out a new course, but it's up to you guys. Today's the last day, and you got quite a hill to climb to get to that point. So, all right. RMED still stalling out a little bit. Looking at the market's taking a little bit of a breather right now. No surprise, being that noon time frame here. XPEV right back to that resistance level. Let's see. Double that there, Mark. It has to meet that milestone. All is one donation. That's how we get Glenn not to sing. All right. But first we got to hit that before we can even get to that point. All right. So let's go ahead. Get this set up. Seeing if we're going to see a little bit of a bounce. Looking at the spread. Spread's pretty tight. Only about a penny a share difference. So that's a good spread. I like seeing that. Now, what I'm looking for is for it to break above that resistance. Right now, we're right at it, stalling out. Not quite breaking through yet. So we need to be patient. I like seeing this little bit of a tail forming on it, but there's still about 10 seconds left on this minute, so we still have some data to take in before we can make that full decision on it. So just going to keep an eye on it here. All right, and seeing it reject against that there. So we're going to be patient, wait. But right now, looks like it's starting to reverse. Double top right there. That's why we're patient. Wait for the breakout instead of jumping on board with it. Can VectorVest show the spread? Yeah. Right here is my order ticket. You can see the bid and ask. And so, yeah, it shows the spread right there. Is XPEV Chinese auto company? I believe so, but I'm just looking at, potential movers with good volume here. And with that breaking down, having a double top, failing to really take off from that point, right now tells us not the opportunity we were waiting for. All right, RMED, pulling back still. Let's see, any bearish candidates here today? Got a few of them. Let's go ahead, take a look. No trading volume on that one. No real trading volume on that one. So all of them, just not a whole lot of liquidity behind them. This one, ASAN, I like the volume at least, but right now, moving sideways here, moving sideways here. So you have this tight channel right now, and that's what we need to see a breakout of before we enter in. Indac, it's been doing well over the past couple of weeks. We can take a look at it, but I'm not going to be doing any swing trades here today, Daniel, because today is our last day, so the portfolio will be closing at the end of the day, if not beforehand. So therefore, don't have time for swing trades to add to the portfolios. Cracker Barrel, not really moving the way we want to see it. ZS, gap down, got a little bit of relief rally into it. Pulling back, but not at a new low yet. Need to see it break 127.22 for that opportunity there. Boyle, yeah, not going to be trading the slower ETFs here today. See more volatility with individual stocks. So let's go ahead, put those in. Actually, let's get rid of this. There we go. And then, all right, so let's zoom out just a little bit. XPEV. So, got a little bit of a run up, broke down. I wanted to look at the run up it had earlier for other potential areas of support resistance here. About 1198 could be an interesting support floor, but looking at, as we zoom in, looking at stochastics though, stochastics still have a ways to go, telling us that this 1198 may not be as strong of a support floor or support level as we're looking for here. All right, let's go back. Actually, let's do this. Taking a look at the custom one we have here for us. SHP. So you saw that reversal warning right there. Starting to move lower now again. AVXL, we'll add it to our list. IoT, just, yeah, the volume is one of the things that we're not really liking too much on it. BILI, right back to a previous resistance level. We need to see it break 1990 or so. Just going through some of them. JKS, you had a big pop, but not really moving throughout the day so far. If you weren't in earlier, you're really not seeing a whole lot of continuation with that one. All right, so BILI and AVXL and SHPH. BILI, XL, and then SHPH. So Monocore, I am using our daily boomer scan, and I have one that I've customized a few weeks ago during our stream, and then I have the general one I'm using as well. All right, so let's see. Where are we at on the stochastics? Getting down to that oversold territory now as we break down below that support floor. But seeing a nice long tail. Let's wait till this minute finishes and see how it finishes at that point. BILI rejecting that resistance level there. So with AVXL, the spot I'm really looking for, you have support down here at 1190. Coming back down, kiss that level. Need to see it move up here. Alex, so I'm not really analyzing stocks today. Today is all about the trading for charity. I analyzed stocks yesterday after like we normally do for our Thursday mobile coaching streams. So I'm not going to really be analyzing, the stocks like I do with the mobile coaching streams. I analyzed a whole bunch of them yesterday. So we're looking for some trades, finishing off the event. Looking for a good trade here. All right, so SHPH, you have some tight consolidation here between 218 at its top and then 202 at its bottom here. Unfortunately, with this little bit of a rise we're seeing right now, there's not a whole lot of volume to really confirm that that move is genuine right now. So going to be cautious and going to be patient with that one. Let the trade develop a little bit before jumping on board. And this is why we are patient and wait for these times to finish before jumping in. We can see it tried to come back above, failed to do so, and now breaking down, continuing to move lower, finding some potential new support down here at around 1190, slightly below where we were before. Looks like ARKG might be breaking out today. Let's go take a look. So ARKG, low volume, so you need to be careful with that. But you had the breakout here, came back to retested a second time, bouncing off. But man, the volume is the one thing that makes me a little concerned with jumping on board with it. I mean, right now you have 0 shares. Here you had, let's see, what are these minutes here? 600, 1,000. So pretty low volume on an intraday basis there for right now. All right, RMED, maybe starting to see some new life to it. Actually, let's put on our resistance first. 406. 442. Now we'll zoom in. All right, so broke out through that resistance level that it's failed to do so, or failed to do a few times previously. Now starting to pull back, 406. If it comes back, retests, and starts to move higher, that could be an interesting one. Let's be patient with it. I'm going to get a trade ticket ready just in case. No surprise after the breakout to see it come back down and retest it. But I'm going to wait to see if it does fully retest before jumping on board with it. There we go. Got my trade ticket ready. Being patient. See, and this is why being patient pays off, because if you watch it, huge volume pushing it to break above that level of resistance. But then no real interested buyers at this stage shown with the volume here. Volume dropped off significantly after we had that breakout. So you've been seeing volume slowly ramping back up, but right now pulling back and no real activity, no real excitement to see a continuation with it. UVXY, I like that trade, Eric. The only thing is the volume has been relatively light up until the last couple of days, and even then it can go inactive for brief or throughout the day here. So you got to be careful with that as a day trade. Certain days is great, especially when there's a lot of news, but there's other days it's not. All right, come on. Let's see. Make up your mind, Ahmed. Looking at the spread. Spreads, 2-cent spread. Not the best, but then again, also not the worst. All right, I'm going to put in my order and see if we get filled here. Hey, and Maria coming in as a new subscriber. Welcome to the VV Nation community, Maria. All right, put in my order. Waiting to see if we get filled on it. Hey, Kurt, hopefully you're doing well. What volume do you like? 250K for entry. So, most of our scans have a minimum volume of 100,000 on a 50-day moving average. I prefer to bump that up to 250 personally, but 150 or 100,000 definitely seems to work. I mean, you can even find stocks that have 250,000 average that that have off days and don't have a whole lot of trading volume there. So it really just depends. It's looking at it more on an intraday basis or a day-to-day basis rather than looking at it from the overall perspective or like the end of day look there. All right. So I don't think my order is going to get filled. I don't think it did get filled on that pullback. Looking at it here. Now struggling at that 420 level. So I'm going to take my order off the table. Because if it comes back down to meet my order at that point, we're now reaching lower lows. And lower lows, as we talk about time and time again, tends to lead to lower highs. So still not a whole lot of action going on with those. UVXY. Let's see what the volume is here today on UVXY. Hey, JD. Hopefully you're doing well. So UVXY. You've had some decent volume throughout most of the day, and you're finally starting to see it reverse a little bit, but overall still moving lower. So at this point, trying to get in after it's been steadily moving lower is like trying to catch a falling knife. So I'd be a little careful, Eric, on UVXY as an intraday trade. Hey, not bad. Sure, those puts are doing well then. All right, let's go look at the market. Market's continuing to rally. So we have the market moving in our favor. Just need to find something that's moving along with it. All right, let's go into the Derby. Actually, let's do this. Let's take a look at some of the higher movers here. Actually, I see that one of them's less than $1. So let's put $2 filter on it. Yeah, don't really want the ETFs there. Hey, and Rodney coming in with the $25 donation to Levine Children's Hospital. Thank you very much, Rodney. As always, VV Nation, whenever, anytime somebody donates, show them some love. Let's see those hearts showing up in chat there. All right, got a couple here. Let's take a look. HYFM, big run earlier. Moving sideways right now, just consolidating here. And then ARCE, just moving sideways once again. Let's see. Data, big run earlier. Volume lightening up now. Moving sideways. Look at some small caps. Let's go ahead, take a look at that one. UIS, I like the move, just no real volume to trade off of here right now. So Mark's asking about the kids. So Levine Children's Hospital is the biggest children's hospital in the Southeast. They are basically the equivalent of St. Jude's for the Southeast, where kids with severe illnesses or rare diseases, cancers, all of that, who need specialized care, they go to Levine. And so that's what we're raising money for, is for those kids who have to spend the holidays, really in the hospital the whole entire time, not having a lot of guests, not being able to be with their friends, family, that sort of thing. Well, they could probably see their family most of the time as well. But last year with COVID and all that was going on, we had a truck full of gifts that we took down there, and we were unfortunately not able to go in to deliver them in person. We had to drop them off at the front. We did a video that should be on our channel, so make sure to go check that out if you want to see what we did last year. But yeah, with COVID and the restrictions there, with people worrying about spreading germs and spreading viruses and all that, obviously we weren't allowed to go see the kids in the hospital themselves. But last year we got a few different consoles for them. Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, all of that. So that way they stayed on the floor. So for kids who are having to stay in stay at the hospital and stay there for quite a while as they go through treatments, they have different things to pass the time to help it feel more like home and give them different things to do throughout the day to help keep them active and entertained there. So that's what we did last year. That's what we're going to be doing this year. But what we're going to be getting is still a mystery. We haven't done the shopping. The shopping comes after we finish the event. And then once we have everything tallied up and totaled, then we'll make a video and post it here on the YouTube channel, giving you guys a little insight onto what we got for him this year. So, yeah. All right, so SHPH, just moving sideways still at this point. AVXL, coming back down to that support that we were looking at, 1190. Tried bouncing off. Saw some selling pressure at that point. Let's see if it can start to form a higher low. This could be definitely an interesting opportunity here. You had a big run up. Slowly pulling back. Volume lightened up throughout that point. Let's see if we can get a bounce and start to move higher. All right, let's go see if there's any new candidates showing up yet. Hey, appreciate that, Kurt. And I believe whoever's in the background right now just posted the video from last year. So if you guys want to check that out, there you go. RERE. I don't like the volume whatsoever on this one. But at the same time, you do have the breakout. If we change it to 5-minute bars, let's see if that changes the look on this at all. Changes the look a little bit, but still, even on 5-minute bars, you have a lot of inactive periods, which is definitely more of a warning sign here. So UXIN on 5-minute still looks a little sketchy, but looks better at least on 5-minute bars. Hey, Mark coming in with a $100 donation. Excuse me, $100 donation for Levine Children's Hospital. VV Nation, let's see those hearts showing up in the chat. Appreciate that, Mark. Thank you very much. SOL, great run earlier. Saw the warning sign here. Failed to make a new high. Just moving sideways right now. So that's either Glenn or Joey in the back. And the fact that Glenn's got strategy, I'm assuming that's going to be Joey. All right, IQ. Man, just not a whole lot moving right now. At least moving quickly enough that makes it worthwhile. Just going through them right now. SHPH finally maybe starting to move. Let's go take a look. Where was it? I know it's in here. There we go. All right, so about 220. You know what? 221, that's close enough to our support there. It's our last day. We got to go for it. See if we got filled. Zooming in. Come on. Don't think my order got filled in time. All right, changing my order. Let's see if that one gets filled. Updated it. This is going to be the only time I'm going to chase it. If it doesn't trigger right now, then I'm out of here. Should be getting filled. Let's see. All right, so the order never went through. Let me double check that it never went through. Oh, there it goes. It did get filled. All right, so 228 is our entry on that here. We have support realistically at 220 or so. So an 8-cent downside. Breaking out to a new high right now. Volume starting to increase. Let's see it. Let's see if we can get a continuation here. And realistically, you do have some consolidation around 225. Hit it once, twice. Tried to break through, came tumbling back down. Stalled at it, came back down. Trying to move away from it. So 225 roughly could be a nice line to stand. Tighten it up a little bit from our entry. So if it doesn't go our way right out of the gate, cut it quickly, move on. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Let's see it continue. And then realistically now, 230 is that new resistance. So hit it once, twice, 3 times. We need to see it break 230 here. Seeing a lot of indecision, but let's see if we can get some continuation to the upside here. And if we break 230, then now becomes our new support, and that becomes our line of sand, ensuring that we lock at least a little gain in rather than giving it back. So there we go. Now starting to see it running. There we go. Whew. All right. Starting to see a move coming in now. 236. $230 is going to be our support. So as we're trading around it, keep an eye on it. About three or so on it so far. There we go. Whoo-wee! There we go, folks. There we go. There's that interest we're looking for. Come on, let's see it close towards that high. Got about 8 seconds left. This is going to be a deciding factor on it. It needs to close in the upper 50% of that range there. All right, it did. Right now, we are up about 6.5%, 7% at the current levels. We have a support floor down here at what was that? 230, I believe it was. Waiting for it to consolidate to find that next support there. Let's see it continue, though. Decent volume. You close in the upper 50% of that range. Man, if only Jay was here right now, we'd be having a 10 and 10. Or pretty close to it, at least. Let's go. Let's go. Really strong volume coming in over the last few minutes. So I like seeing that. We're going to push to a new high. Looks like it's trying to. So right now, there's some consolidation at this point right here. I want to see it hold. I'm not gonna close out of my ticket, so I can't draw that line, but I'm keeping an eye on it there. Minute still got some time. Being patient. Strong volume on this minute. So this is going to be a deciding factor. Let's see if the volume continues to strengthen and we pick up off of those lows there. Come on. Pulling back a little bit. Let's see if we notice the curling effect, as we call it here. We can get a tall tail on this candle. We could start to see the curling effect coming in. Doesn't look like we're going to get it, though. where did we finish off at? Closed out of the order, or closed out of the trade. Waiting to see it settle. All right, let's go see where that was. Close date, there we go. 2%. All right, so getting closer to our goals here. Came back down. On that, didn't see it get a nice long tail indicating any buying pressure, trying to slow down the sell-off there. So instead of waiting around, taking my profit. All right, so SHPH. Decent trade so far to start the day. Let's go ahead and clear up our list a little bit. BILI, we're going to clear that out. AXVL broke that support. Do I have a training class on day trading? So yeah, we do our live trading room Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until about 4:30, or excuse me, until about 10:30. It's our jockey club that we do, and I host it on Tuesdays. We do swing trading, day trading, you name it. That's really the more aggressive to speculative live trading room we do Monday through Friday. And on Tuesdays, I host, and then on the other days, we have a few other instructors that host. I'm more of the day trader out of the group, but, you know, the other guys do more swing trades, which can still be extremely profitable. There's one that we have right now. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but I'm going to show it to you guys here. There's one right now that we're still holding on to. And that is EXROF. And right now we are up 92.73% on that trade. And the portfolio overall is up 14, almost 15%. So, yeah. Tuesdays, though, if you're wanting to see the day trading, tune in on Tuesdays. All right, so let's go ahead and reorganize. Pull it up. Just going through them. Ooh, okay. NUTX, not a whole lot of volume. I'm not a fan of the liquidity on this one, but could still be an interesting trade nonetheless. Let's go through DDL. Just no volume on that one either. Man, the ones that are really running don't have any sort of liquidity behind them. And while they're moving higher, that's great. But at the same time, you know, it's great to see that green in your account. But if you can't get rid of it, that green is only temporary. NUTXO. I'm going to add this one to our list. Nice steady run. Broke out through resistance here at 2 even. Well, it's running right now. Maybe a little late to the party, so I'm going to be patient with it. Let's see. NUTX. Let's do this. 5-minute bars, current day. So volume is a little bit more consistent on 5-minute bars. You had the breakout here. I'm going to be patient with it and track this trade on 5-minute candles rather than 1-minute candles here. So I'm going to get out of this list. UXIN. Just no volume whatsoever. Now, one thing I will say about XPEV. As a trading candidate, you've been moving lower, but MACD is starting to pick up. DPO is also starting to pick up. So, you do have a bullish divergence being created here. All right, strong volume on this last 5-minute candle. A little bit of a wick indicating some selling pressure here. Let's see. While we're waiting on that, what's the market doing? Market's starting to roll over a little bit now. So ZS, you have support, but we're not quite there yet, and it's just moving sideways. All right, let's go here. Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it as a short there, JD. But right now, just moving sideways. So it's more of a loss of opportunity if you jump on board right now. You got to wait for the breakout. No trading volume on those here today. All right. Let's see. Anything come back new here? Looking for major setups or any sort of breakouts here. Yeah, not seeing anything quite yet. IoT, but IoT still has a ways to climb before we're really interested. 1250. Let's go add that in. Zooming in. So 1250 right now on another level. 1234. Once, twice, 3 times. If it breaks, we got to run to 1250. And then if it breaks 1250, you got a lot more upside. But decent little scalp trade potential right here. Get my order set up. Let's see. And also, if you're just tuning in, you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. Help us out. Doesn't cost you a thing. And it helps continue to grow the VV Nation community. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure to do so right now. All right, let's see. We're going to break. Volume is fairly consistent. Not the greatest, but at least consistent here. You're going to be able to break above. You have the higher lows. You have the higher highs. Just taking a little bit of a breather right now. Just stuck at 1234, I guess. All right. Moving on then. It's looking good. Whew. All right, so NUTX finally starting to see some new life here, but also comes with a bigger warning here. Taller upper wick. So that upper wick is getting taller and taller every candle, indicating as it moves higher, somebody out there is dumping more and more here. All right, IoT. Oh, there we go. Broke out, but look, tall upper wick, strong volume, telling us we need to pay close attention to that candle. Indicates some selling pressure right there. RMED, back to that support. Volume's lightening up though. What's the market doing? Market's continuing to roll over. DTI bullish indicator still leading the charge. But the bearish indicator slowly picking back up here. Let's go look at the Derby. Is DADA finally starting to make a run? Barely could call that a run right now. Just looking at it, you have resistance at 691, stalling out, volume lightening up. What else? Anything else? YMM. We had this trade, I believe it was last, what was it, on Tuesday? Made a little bit on it, not much, but a little bit on it. Let's see. And looking at the portfolios, all of them taking a little bit of a breather right now. When was that? 12:42. Let's do this. Come on. There we go. 12:42. So about 10 minutes ago. EHTH and ARCE. We already looked at that. Didn't like the volume on that. So EHTH. Warning sign, even bigger of a warning sign, then broke below that support there. So EHTH being the main runner on this one, right at resistance here. Let's go zoom in. The volume is real low on that though. That's the one thing that makes me hesitant to jump on board at this one. Volume is basically non-existent throughout most of the trading here. But if we go put it on here, looks a lot better on the 5-minute bars. Starting to see some renewed interest. 3 and 8 turning positive. DPO just reset pretty much. Hey, an anonymous coming in with the $25 donation to Levine Children's Hospital. Appreciate that, anonymous, whoever you are. Thank you very much. VB Nation, let's see some hearts showing up in the chat for anonymous. Thank you very much. Truly do appreciate that one. All right. Is it going to break? We're right at that resistance. A little uptick in volume. Granted, not as good as what we were seeing earlier, but an uptick in volume. Hey, there's Jay. Jay, you missed it. We were close to having a 10 and 10 just a little bit ago, but since you weren't here, I didn't close it out. And I ended up taking a 2% gain, but we were right on that 10 and 10 right there. We were just borderline on it. I think we hit 9.5 at its high and gave it a little wiggle room, pulled back, and just took the profit instead. But we were close. If you were here, I would have closed it. All right, EHTH, volume, dried right back up afterwards. Man, XPV, I kind of like this as a shorting trade, honestly. We have the breakout right there. Let's do this. Says they got it available, so that's definitely a positive here. All right, so I took this as a short trade. Let's see if it gets filled. Come on, come on. Fill that order. You have the breakdown right below that support floor here at 1160. And then Monocore coming in with the $25 donation to Levine Children's Hospital. Thank you very much, Monocore. Appreciate that there. Let's get some hearts in the chat. All right, let's get some hearts in the chat, VB Nation. Show them some love. Thank you all for everybody who's been here today and donated. It truly is appreciated, and it's going to go a long way. So thank you all. Really do truly appreciate that. Is it sliding slowly away? Not going to fill my order? Is that going to be how it is? That is going to be how it is today, chat. All right. Cancel that. See, what's the market doing? Still rolling over. DTI bearish indicator really picking up nicely here. Let's go to the Derby. I want to see the bearish ones, so let's go ahead, change it to the spreadsheet view. Let's move this over a little bit. Actually, let's bump that up to 10. There we go. So we'll take that. Let's go take a look at those. Whoo, STEM. I like this as a short trade as well. Huge volume coming in. Actually, let's do this. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to move that up a little bit because it may get some relief here. All right, you know what? Put it in. Let's do it. Let's see if we get filled. There we go. Should be getting filled now. There we go. Got filled on that. Where was our fill? All right. Got in on that. Being patient. One of the things I'm excited about when I was seeing it here, you also have this 1127 going to act as resistance as well. So light volume right now. See it start to roll back over, continue to move down. Come on. Roll over, head south. This move has no backing behind it. Looking at that volume, volume is minuscule right there. Zooming in to make it a little bit clearer. Right now, that up minute was on 16,000 volume there. The down minute, 126,000. Make it a little relief. Let's see it roll over now. Outer line in the sand. Come on. Get the order ready just in case. All right, let's go. There we go. There's the selling pressure coming in. There was no volume behind that up move telling us that that's sustainable. Now it's starting to come back down to earth. There we go. Come on, keep going. Come on, STEM. See, move lower. Break that next level of support, 1127. Break below that. Form that new low. See what the market's doing. Market's still rolling over. Come on. Volume lightening up a little bit. Let's see it drop. See it drop. Selling pressure coming in, but once again, light volume still. EHTH, not really going anywhere. And UTX, starting to roll over. Didn't really go too much further than where we last left off with it at. Yeah, with how slow STM moving, or how slow STM is moving, I was comfortable going to look into something else for the time being. Come on. Need to see it break 1127. Man, of course, moving down consistently. Get in, volume goes away. That has been the story of our Fridays here. Market's rolling over. ZS finally getting back down to that resistance level or that support floor. Stalling out as we speak, though. Could be an interesting one to watch. VIX or UVIX starting to get a little bit of a run up over the last little bit. ARKG, we're going to get rid of that one. There we go. SARK, just be careful of the volume. That's the only thing I'll say. And I mean, if the market's going to move south, you can rest assured that those stocks in that fund are probably going to be good shorting candidates that you can. So you're gaining some good exposure with that. But yeah, just make sure the volume and liquidity is good on that one. All right, running through some of these. we go. Jumped in ESPR this morning. Let's see if we can break this 1127. I'll move on. We can take a look at something else, but right now, since we are in STM, just man, oh man, the volume just dies off the second we see it break down below that final support. I mean, right now, 300 shares on the current minute. Let's see. So, Marie, I actually read an interesting article about the shippers the other day, earlier this week, actually. And it was talking about how shipping costs have now come back down to pre-pandemic levels. So it's going to be interesting to see how that impacts the shippers going forward here, if they're making as much, and how that's going to impact their balance sheets there. XPEV at $11 a share could be a great day trading stock. We were looking to short it, but it never got filled when it broke down below this support at 1160. I put in an order for 1159. For some reason, it never filled, but I wish it did, because that would have been a great trade right now. ESPR looked decent. Hopefully you made some money on that one, Jake. STEM, so STEM now forming higher lows. I'm going to go ahead, dump it. Not risking it any longer. Come on. There we go. All right, so looking around, market's selling off. ZS. I like the setup here. Came down, retesting. Let's see. Then NUTX on 5-minute bars. Pulled back. You see some potential warning signs here. But if it can break that high, you now have some potential entry opportunities right around 220 if it breaks it. All right, let's see. There's SHPH once again. Yeah, pretty much all of these just stalling out right now. Let's go take a look at the downside. And yeah, these ETFs are garbage. We looked at Cracker Barrel. ZS, we already got in the list. ASAN, not really moving anywhere right now. Where is it at right now? Let's go see. SPY. 404, 403 puts. So 403 got to be there. 403 is not a bad spot to be. Definitely going to be interesting there, JD. All right. So going through, really not seeing a whole lot else currently. So we may start winding down the portfolio. Yeah, my SMCI, I had a really good gain on it earlier, and then I forgot to turn on the auto trader so it would stop out for me, and then it ended up turning into a small loss on that one, unfortunately. Major stem puts. So, Lou, I'm already out of it. I sold it short looking at the short trade, breaking down. Didn't really go anywhere. But yeah, it was a short trade for the day. With the market rolling over the way it is, it was showing up down significantly. Clear short trade candidate. Let's see. STLD. As an for an intraday, I mean, slow and steady. The only thing is, looking at the market, market's pulling back right now. I'd be careful. Wait to see if we can stay above. Where is it? This support right here, 56.83. If we can stay above that point, yeah. That tells us markets are still moving higher at this stage. But if we fail to hold this at that point, you're seeing the markets rolling over. I don't know, taking a long position in a falling market right now on an intraday basis would be the most prudent decision. All right. One last run through. If we don't find anything here, we're going to start winding it down for the day. Or winding it down for the end of the year, actually, because this is, once again, our very last Trading for Charity event. So, let's see if we can find one more real quick. If we don't, we'll call it a day here today. Anything? Whew. Okay. PALI. We'll add to that list real quick. Keep an eye on it for a minute or two. All right. Let's go ahead and put that in. Hey, Loren coming in with the $40 donation to Levine Children's Hospital. Thank you very much, Loren. VV Nation, show him some love. Thank you. Thank you. I'm surprised nobody's commented on it. The animation, this Santa Claus right below me, whenever a donation comes in, his bag moves around. His gifts of goodies start to move around. But yeah, VV Nation, show him some love. Thank you very much, Loren. All right, so 460. Let's go ahead, set it up just in case. The only thing I'm worried about, and you guys have heard me say this time and time again, what you see in the past is most likely what you're going to get in the future. What we saw in the past was no volume, no real trading activity. So, odds are that's what we're going to get in the future. But we can see a breakout. Could be interesting. Right now, though, looking like it's going to fail to hold 460. And looking at the spread is an 8-cent spread, telling us there is not a whole lot of interest right now. Volume was great for those few minutes, but that was about all she wrote there, folks. Yeah, I was noticing Boyle coming in as a short trade, so that tells me Cold's rocking and rolling here. Or Cold is at least having a decent day here today. All right, PALI. Looks like it's going to fail to break that 460 and actually hold above it. Three and the 8 turn negative. That's going to be our clear indication that PALI has ran out of steam, because you saw strong volume here with a tall upper wick. Ended up being a red candle. Tells us a lot of selling pressure on that minute there. And then since that point, this rally that we started seeing has stalled out and just moved sideways. Gonna break. Yeah, light volume after that. Yep. PALI had a great couple of minutes. That's all she wrote. Just being patient, just seeing. We'll give it a couple more minutes here. The 3 and the 8 haven't crossed over to the downside yet, so I can't write it off completely. So they're not accepting market orders for this one right now. So if you do trade it, you got to use limit orders. I think that's going to do it for us, folks. Yep, 3 and the 8 are negative. So there we go. That's all she wrote. All right, so overall to recap, portfolio ended up 4% for this year's Trading for Charity. About 1% lower, but then again, last year during our Trading for Charity event, we were also at the end of the bull market. This year, we are right in the middle of the bear market. So, hey, 4% in a month, I will take that any day of the week. So, on that, thank you all for everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you all for the donations. Expect to see that video coming out in the near future on our YouTube channel right here. If you're brand new here, make sure, as always, to first and foremost, smash that like button, but also subscribe to the channel for all the live content and all the content that we deliver to you guys on a daily basis throughout the week. So make sure to do that if you haven't done so already. To everybody that's been here throughout all the events, thank you all for tuning in. For everybody who has donated, thank you all. Jay coming in with that last snipe of the day for $25 donation to Levine's. Thank you very much, Jay. Greatly appreciate that. But thank you all for everybody who has donated to help make this holiday season brighter for the kids at Levine's. The kids that are going through a tough time that really need it the most. Thank you all for helping out to make their holiday season a little bit better here. So I truly do appreciate that. When we coming back? I don't know. This is the last of it for the year, at least. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your week or weekend. Be safe out there. Have a great holiday season. Next week, I will be live on Tuesday doing our Jockey Club. So if you want to sign up for the Jockey Club, make sure to do that. Be there if you want to see more live trading going forward. And then Wednesday, we have our afternoon market action with Glenn Tompkins and myself. And then Thursday, we'll be doing our mobile coaching stream once again. So make sure to come hang out with us during those streams if you want to see more. So until next year, until next time, thank you all once again for coming and joining in for the Trading for Charity event. It's been my pleasure being with you guys. Have a great rest of your holiday season, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles.